this is for the men, 45 and up. If you're single and you plan on dating, go to a therapist. Please, for the love of God, go to a therapist. Get your shit together before you even consider dating. I'm 50, dude. I don't want to be your life coach. I'll be your person. I will happily be your person. But it's got to benefit me too. I can't be a therapist. I'm not trained for that. Although I feel like every time I go on a date, I'm earning credits toward the therapist degree because you men over 50 are crazy. Therapy. Go to goddamn therapy.
She's going to sink, Captain.
But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
She said, I don't want to be your life coach. Hey, that's fair. And in the same breath, those men can also say, I don't want to be your retirement plan.
Now that's a lot of damage.
She quickly followed up with, I can be your person, but it's got to benefit me too. Wow, that is some high-level silver-haired digital treasure hunting there. This queen is up front with the me attitude. Sister, I don't doubt the 50-year-old men you are dating have issues, and it can get tiring dealing with someone else's emotional distress. Just ask any man who has ever dated a woman. But the point is, you are decades post-wall. You no longer have anywhere near the ability to pull in a top-tier man like you did when you were young. You date what you can date, and you're not going to be pulling in a Leonardo DiCaprio, Jeff Bezos, or LeBron James level of man. Let me put it this way. Do you need me to tell you why the men you date are like that?
How come? Damn it! Why? Say it! Say it!
It's because they are on your level. Those are the men you can pull. Either that or the reason all those men need therapy is because they all have one thing in common. They dated the same woman.
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
Moving on.
So excuse the beautiful you. I just ran into 90 heat, and so this is a little bit that happens afterwards. And I'm just gonna say about dating nowadays. If I like you and I go out with you more than once, that means I like you. That means we can be friends, we can be whatever. And if down the road we decide it's not going to work, that's okay. And we can go our separate ways. And we can still be friends. Where has that gone? I do not understand dating nowadays. Where? All of a sudden, if we aren't that, you're just gone. So, what is it about men nowadays that do that? I mean, I didn't...
Hold up. Did this Grand Elder Advanced Post-Wall Queen actually claim to be shocked when men she went out with refused to be friend-zoned? Ladies, these dating apps or whatever venue you used to meet men are understood by 95% of the men as something to be used for searching for something in particular. Yes, a relationship is one of those things, but I am not going to sugarcoat it. Men also look for situationships, FWBs, one-nighters, a third participant, or a LTR. There is a spectrum. The point is, looking for a best buddy is at the bottom of that list, sandwiched between being a woman's new imp and a new cuckle-doodle-doo. To this queen, I can only say she needs her expectations more adjusted than a coffee shop employee waiting on loan forgiveness for her expensive gender studies degree.
I'm going out with you because I like you. It's okay if we don't go out. But the idea that all of a sudden we don't talk anymore, and I don't mean talk like best friends, best everything, this and that. Although some you could. But it's like nowadays, nope, poof, gone. It's like, okay. So were you not a nice person? And I just totally missed that? And if so, I guess that's on me. But that actually seems to be the norm. Am I the only one that's happening to? Is it just me? It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I don't understand. But let me know, because I'd love to know what this is, because it is not fun at all. But there you go. That's why I ran in 90-degree heat. So everyone else figure it out, I guess, your way. Bye.
She said, but the idea all of a sudden we don't talk anymore? Okay. Let me try to explain something here, ladies. Men in this Queen's age group probably have an abundance of friends. They don't need a new one. This Queen wants the attention and time from these men without giving them what they want. So why exactly would those men want to talk to her? Another thing is, this Queen is being inconsiderate. Those men are looking for women who want to be with them. Their time is valuable, and they aren't going to waste their time on a dead end. This Queen automatically went into the default selfish mode of it's all about me, and if you don't make it about me, I must shame you. This shows that with age, maturity doesn't always come into play. But hey, Queen, you keep holding strong and don't settle. My shares in cat food and box wine depend on it. Moving on.
Okay, so I decided to create or go on to these dating websites, a couple of them, one Facebook dating and Plenty of Fish and Tinder, whatever. Really not having any success, but what I find is it's really just a joke. Because you message back and forth. Well, on Plenty of Fish, I haven't even gotten a hit, but one. And then that's like, you're messaging back and forth, and really it's like long delays in between. And so then I did the Facebook dating, and where I'm working at, there's quite a few people, I guess, messaging me.
Okay, before we get further into this grand elder decades post-war Queen's gripes on modern day dating, I'm going to take this opportunity to address a comment that gets repeated often. That is, women who are in the grandmother age range shouldn't be dating. They should be with their husbands of many years taking care of grandkids. Yes, this gorilla is going to address this. Firstly, widows get a pass every time with me. And 70% of grand elder divorced Queens get little sympathy, aka they got divorced because they weren't happy. The minority that is left, I consider it a case-by-case basis as to why they find themselves in the dating market. Kind of like when you see a former celebrity working at a supermarket, it just raises questions.
But you get one that seems like he's really interested, and you message back and forth, and he gives you his number. You call message the number. He leaves you on red. He's reading the messages. But then when you call him, he doesn't answer. And then it goes to a voicemail. And the voicemail is a woman. So you're not sure if he gave you the right number or whatever. So you message and you're like, okay, is you sure this is the right number? No response. I'm too old for all this, and it's just I don't have time or patience. What happened to just dating people or meeting people, and just meeting people out in the open, or just the casual meeting like you used to do, like a long time ago. Now you do all these dating sites or whatever, and it's just people like to play freaking games.
People like to play games. Okay, Queen. I don't want to throw the blame of modern day dating on women. Fault clearly falls on both sides of the fence here. Even saying that, it would be foolish not to acknowledge that the lion's share of the cause is women. Fam, I'm going to keep it 100. Listen to this elder Queen's dating story. I don't feel sorry for her, as women were the ones who got the intimacy/dating liberation. Women dictate the terms men should follow to get a date. Women choose the men they date. Men, on the other hand, just adapted to it. In the past, men had to marry women. Now they don't. The Chads/Tyrones are making out like bandits in the taco acquisition market. And you ladies never thought you would find yourselves like this Cohen, the equivalent of a middle-aged running back who doesn't understand why he got cut from the NFL? The party eventually comes to an end. And if you decided finding yourself was more important than locking down a good man, don't cry when no one wants to pay full price for your roast beef sandwich.
I don't have time for games. I don't have patience for games. You know, and then on here on TikTok, you have all of these people from, you don't even know if they're really who they are, messaging you and act as if they're interested in you and all this and that. But I noticed that a lot of women are posting where they're getting these messages from all these guys, just like me. I think it's just we women, as a whole, are just targets for all these weirdos out there. Man, now I understand. When I was younger, I couldn't understand why women my age were alone. I always said I wasn't going to be one of those, but here I am, 54 years old, and I'm alone. And I don't foresee me being in a relationship with anybody because there's too many jerks out there and too many weirdos and too many, I don't know, but I'm done with it. I'll just be alone. I don't have patience for all this crap and this nonsense. I'm a good person with a big heart. Maybe someday. I doubt it. Peace.
Let me get this straight. The reason this Grand Elder Cohen is single is because of men. Ladies, let me point something out. Men in the West don't say they don't want interactions with women. They merely bring up the issues of those interactions. And most of them are alone because their ex-wives put in for the divorce. Queens, especially decades post-war queens, don't take accountability for their choice of putting in for that divorce. And then they say every man is a weirdo, while women are somehow the good people. The last time I heard someone talking like that, they were running for office. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.